Higgsfield have just released Cinema Studio 2.0, meaning you can go from an idea to an image and then video as a director in no time at all. And now it has 3D scene access, genre based motion logic, multi shot storytelling, a character system, and speed ramp control. Now, speed ramp control essentially allows you to capture the speed at which the footage goes across time using this like graph that you can see. It's mental. And the ability to dynamically change things mean you can go from like a horror movie to a comedy movie in like 2 seconds, as well as changing characters instantly, which is crazy. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use Higgsfield Cinema Studio 2.0. Let's get into the video. It's crazy what we can do now. It honestly makes me think whether or not this has been possible for years in Hollywood. But anyway, let me show you how this can actually work. So if you go to Higgsfield.ai, it's the leading provider for image and video models. And has a bunch of other stuff that they do as well, like AI influencers, which is pretty interesting. But if you come here to Cinema Studio 2.0, it'll open up like this. And here's some generations that I've already done, which I think look pretty good. These are just images, but then I also have some videos as well. And I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing you're wanting to do is basically you want to make some images. We're going to make some images, then turn these images into videos down here. So for the images, you can give it just a prompt, as you can see here. We can click plus and we can upload a reference image. So I had uploaded literally just a picture of me and I just told it to do it. And it was actually using this logo image, not the real life one, which I thought was pretty good how well it's actually captured my likeness. Now, once you've added these, whether it's an image or an image generation, after that, you can then choose what obviously the prompt's going to be, but what the camera is going to be. Now, for here, don't worry if you know nothing about cameras. I know nothing about cameras, but the best way to leverage this is to just flick through, try different ones, and then go and try that out yourself, or click on recommended, and you'll get your recommended one based on what you've input. Now, for me, obviously here, you can see what it says. Full frame digital camera, swirl lens, 50mm, f1.4. I recognised those before, so that's fine. And down here, we have the batch size. I highly recommend doing max, which is 4, because this will generate 4 images from the one prompt, so you can use these as a reference for the video. You could even use multiple for the video, which is what we're going to do. As for the aspect ratio, cinematic 16:9, that's perfect. Resolution, you get 1, 2 and 4K. I've just gone for 4 because that's fine for me for right now for this use case. And then the grid, just 1 by 1, that's cool. Click generate, and then the 4 that it's given me back are these 4 here. Now, based on these, you can do a few things. So I really like this one and this one. I think this one here and this one here, they look the most legit. Now you get a thing where you can generate a 3D scene. So if you click on that, I've just done it a minute ago, just so you don't have to sit through any of this loading. Whoa! Here's a 3D scene where I can look around the image. Oh, maybe that would work a bit better with an actual image and not with me underwater. Anyway, maybe it's the refraction of the water light. But you can do a bunch of stuff here. So you can go to what's next and it will recommend things for you to do. So if you click, oops, I've already clicked it. But basically what next, what it does here is it gives you possible scenes that come afterwards. So as you can see in this little example here, oops, click on it. You want to generate what's next, and then here's some scenes of where you can go next, which you can then use for the video. Additionally, you can do multi-shot stuff, so you can actually pop this out so that you can have multiple shots given the same like point in time. So here's the example here where it shows you a lady in a ring in the sea with a shark underneath, and it changes to a bunch here. So that's a handy one to go and try out. Right, but what we want to do next is make a video. So if we go down here to video, there's a bunch more stuff. Now don't get intimidated here. I'll walk you through exactly what each bit is. So we have here, we're on video, we have a director's panel. Now we can add characters here. So if you click plus, you can add a character or an image. So I have a look character that I've previously made. If you don't have one, just click create new character. You can put them in here, add some images, and then now every time I reference look with this person attached, then suddenly it will know that I'm talking about look. You can also just add normal images, which is what I've done for this one. As for movement, you can choose specific camera movements if you want. So here we have like handheld, we have zoom out effect. Just hover over them and it will show you a drone shot type of thing. You can see next to that here we have this wave. Now this wave is the speed ramp. That's what I was showing you at the beginning. Now you can go through different wave ramps here, but I'm just going to leave it auto and let AI decide. Duration, you can go up to 12 seconds, but I'm just going to do 6, that's cool. So now we have the main chunk here. Of course, this is aspect ratio, this is the quality, but what are these other bits? So multi-shot, basically you can have either one angle or multiple. So multi-shot is, I'll just hover over one of these. There's one shot, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, right, so it's 4, that's 4 shots, as you can see. Whereas if this was single shot, it would just be him swimming until that stopped. Then we have the genre, so I have selected action here, but you can choose a bunch of different ones, and this will allow the AI to understand better what you're asking, because think about it, sometimes you can ask something and you actually meant it satirically, so you didn't actually mean it to be serious, so it was more of a comedy feel. We can make that change in here, for example. Additionally, we can change whether you want audio off or on. If you want it on, it's more credits, but then you get some audio with it. So here, for example, you'll hear the splashing. And batch size, again, we're going to go for 4. And cool thing here is you can give a start and an end frame as well. These are best for if you want it to be a continuous scene, but do be aware that it will try to understand what you mean. But I think also from the director's panel, this is if you don't use start frame, it will try to go in the order that you've given the elements, because I had previously given, let me see, is it this one here? I'd previously given it the two images that we were talking about. So if we go to images, this one here and this one here, in that order. So, but I asked it to prompt the man swimming, let me see, man is running away from group of people and jumps in pool. I just couldn't think of what I wanted at this point in time. So, because I was too excited to try and use the tool to think of a story. But I went from here to here, when really I meant this to this. But as you can see, all from one picture of my face, this man swimming in a pool is mental. So, you give it the prompt, click generate, and boom, we have 4 generations that it's given. This one I think is generally the best one. Let's open it up. The audio one. So he's swimming along, his head up, sees a bunch of people and he's like, oh no, back down. And look how like legit this swimming is. Sometimes, and this is why it's good to have a few different generations, because some of them it's like this one here. That looks like a comedy spoof of something. So it's tried to infill that, and there's another version of him trying to simulate. He's swimming backwards. Who knows where he's going? So try to be as specific as you can with the prompt in here. But I think, honestly, more than anything, what I'm trying to show you here is just how crazy things are getting with AI and how easy this is just at the click of a button. Like, you could now have a scene list of you in a movie, help generate it with like ChatGPT, and then just come and paste them in here, and suddenly you could an entire movie. So anyway, go check out Higgsfield AI, there'll be a link in the description. Of course you can do this, but you can also go and access all of their video models, in which they have a ton. These are all the different video generations that I've done, as well as image and a bunch of other stuff. So go check them out, first link in the description below. Let me know what you're going to make next, and have you been using video generation, because I'm on the fence as to whether I like it or not, but the practical reality is it's here, and we need to just, try and use it for something.